If you've been appointed as financial guardian to an adult with incapacity in Scotland, one of your first responsibilities is to complete an inventory form. The Office of the Public Guardian in Scotland is responsible for supervising financial guardians, and the inventory is the first part of this supervision. The inventory is a list of the adult's assets which you're taking responsibility for managing. It includes things like property the adult owns, bank accounts they have, or any income they receive. In this video, we'll explain how to complete the inventory form. Your authority as guardian is limited to dealing with day-to-day expenses until the inventory and, if you've been asked to complete one, management plan are reviewed by the Office of the Public Guardian. On the first page of the form, enter the reference number for the guardianship. You'll find this on any of the letters we've sent you. In the date of appointment field, write the date you were appointed as guardian, the date the sheriff at the sheriff court made the decision to appoint you. You'll find this date on our letters to you and on your certificate of appointment. The inventory should show the adult's assets as they were on this date. Enter the details of the adult you act as guardian for, and your details as guardian. If there are several guardians, you can add their details over the page. You can also tick the boxes to show which of the guardians should be the primary point of contact, the first person the Office of the Public Guardian should contact in the future. If any land or buildings are owned by the adult, enter the address here and the value of the property. There's no need to have a valuation done. We only need your reasonable estimate of the value of the property at this stage. In this section of the inventory form, you should provide details of other assets owned by the adult you act as guardian for. This should be a list of the adult's assets as they were on the day you were appointed as guardian. The inventory form should be completed to the best of your ability, but if new information becomes available later, maybe you discover a new bank account you didn't know about, just let the Office of the Public Guardian know at the time. In the first part of this form, provide information on any bank accounts owned by the adult. Write the name of the bank or building society, the sort code and the account number. The type of account, for example current account or savings account, should also be added. Finally, enter the balance of the account as it was at the start of the day on the day you were appointed as guardian. When you send the completed inventory form to the Office of the Public Guardian, you should also send along evidence of these account balances, copies of bank statements showing the balances on the date of your appointment. In the next section of the form, you should provide information on any stocks and shares that the adult owns, what companies the shares are in, how many shares they own, and the total value of the shares on the day you were appointed. Don't worry about this being an exact figure, since the value of the shares will change frequently. When you send the completed inventory form to the Office of the Public Guardian, you should also provide any evidence you have of the ownership of these shares. In section 2C, you can give details on any other valuable items owned by the adult. Generally, we'd ask that you keep a record here of any items that are individually insured. Let us know if there are any individual items that you think there should be a record of. In section 2D, let us know if the adult owns a vehicle and its estimated value. Don't include any vehicles here that were obtained through the Moveable scheme. In section 2E, let us know if the adult owns a share in a business. Again, the details and the value at the start of your appointment should be provided. And in section 2F, let us know if the adult has any insurance policies that have a surrender value. That is, if you were to decide to cancel the policy, the adult would receive a lump sum. Not all insurance policies have a surrender value. If there are policies in place that don't have a surrender value, don't include them here. When you send the completed inventory form to the Office of the Public Guardian, you should also send along any evidence of these insurance policies. In this section of the inventory form, Enter the details on how much income the adult is expected to have over the next year. Include any pensions and benefits that you'll be managing as guardian. You won't have an exact figure, since the amount paid in benefits often changes, but let us know to the best of your knowledge. Enter the type of benefit, the amount that's likely to be received, how often it's received, and the total amount likely to be received over the course of a year. When you send the completed inventory form to the Office of the Public Guardian, you should also provide any evidence of this income. For example, any letters you have from the Department for Work and Pensions, or bank statements showing the benefits being received. Here, list any debts that the adult has. You should only include debts that the adult had on the first day of the guardianship. Again, when you send the completed inventory form to the Office of the Public Guardian, you should provide evidence of these debts. In Section 5 of the inventory form, you can share any other information about the adult's finances that you think is important. For example, if the adult's financial situation is likely to change soon, you can explain the situation here. At the end of the form, fill in the total amounts from each section. The financial guardians should then sign to confirm that the information on the form is correct to the best of their knowledge.